Hi everybody, it's Professor Jim. We're at the first video of Statistics 1. Welcome everybody. It's Labor Day and I'm working. I'm working to help you. A lot of colleges and schools start tomorrow or on Wednesday. So I'm here helping with statistics. So we're going to do Statistics 1, Lesson 1 from the beginning. Not a big history lesson though. We're going to just start learning about statistics. Okay, welcome. We're going to have a series of videos. Obviously statistics is its own kind of thing. It's its own type of math. You don't need calculus to do it. You only need to be able to do 6 things for statistics. Six things are: you have to be able to add, you have to be able to subtract, you have to be able to multiply, you have to be able to divide, you have to be able to do square roots, which is just another way of dividing, and you have to be able to do exponents, which is just another way of multiplying. You can do those 6 things, you can do Statistics 1. Okay, so first lesson. What is statistics? That's always good to start at the beginning, right? And everybody can do this. If you haven't had much success in the past, we're going to have success now. Make sure you go to your classes, get some tutoring if you need to. And I'm here 24/7, 365 on YouTube, Professor Jim Rocks Math. Okay. Anyway, let's start at the beginning. What is statistics? Nice, non-complicated definition. Statistics has to do with gathering information, in math land, that's called data. So you gather data. Then you organize and analyze data. Oops. And then you get results and you do something with the results, hopefully. You can get results and then report results. You can get results and then adjust things for those business majors of you out there. A lot of people taking statistics are business majors. So it's nice and simple. This is math. Math is in a sequence. If you can do steps, like when you go to your car and you take out your keys and you unlock the door, you open the door, take out your keys, sit in the car, close the door. It's just a sequence. That's all statistics is, same type of thing. If you can do sequences and these 6 things, you're going to have it made in Statistics 1. Okay, who came up with statistics? Okay, quick history, but real short. There's 2 things going on. One is called a population. That means everybody's involved. You ask everybody questions about important things. This is uncut and unedited, just to let you know offhand. This is like for real, we just keep the camera rolling. Okay, and we might have some special guests here and there. And we have some sponsors and shout outs here and there. Okay, anyway, we have something called a population. Population is everybody or everything. So everybody would be asked a question. If you're at a college campus, let's say there's 5,000 students, you'd ask every student about college policy or potential policy, and then you'd ask them a bunch of questions. That's a population. That's what it started in the Greek city-states. They were pretty close to each other and they were able to contact everybody. Then a little bit later, there was the Roman Empire. It was spread out all over the place, and then the Romans couldn't do anything with population because it was too spread out. By the time they contact everybody, it would be years. So they came up with something called a sample, and that's what's used a lot in statistics. A sample is where you ask about 1,100 to 2,000 people what their opinion is about certain things, and you gather information by doing that. And you can organize and analyze and come up with results. People can vote, they can say, oh, do you like this or that? And there's a whole bunch of different ways of doing sampling. So you take a small group of people like we're in the US, so ballpark, it might be off, a little bit here or there, but there's somewhere around 323 million people in the United States. Some people say 317 million, whatever it is, it's over 300 million. Population-wise, you'd ask everybody, like the census every 10 years. So sample-wise, you don't want to ask everybody, it takes too long, costs too much. So you ask some people. So they would ask maybe 1,500 people, 2,000 people, 1,200 people, and that is supposed to reflect everybody in the United States. And it's not just limited to the United States. You could do the same thing in Canada, the same thing in any country. So that's what sample is. And there's four types of there's four types of good samples, and there's one that's not so good. Okay, so we'll go into that for a few minutes. Out of the four that are good, the best is called simple random sampling. They're all sampling, so I'll just put the first words on them. Simple random sampling is where you have everybody in a group or at a place is assigned a number, and they scramble up the numbers. Now these days it's more sophisticated. You can do this on a computer. They used to put numbers in a big hat. There's something to that effect. And each number would designate a person or a thing. Like you could be talking about things like Toyotas, how many Toyotas are black, how many are silver, how many are gray, etc. And they would pick, let's say 1,500, we'll use that as a round number. They'd pick 1,500 people to ask questions of. So if they had 1 million people, they designate everybody a number, and then they choose out of that. And that would be simple random sampling. That's considered the most fair. So an example, simple random sampling, not condoning gambling, but the lottery is simple random sampling. They put those tennis balls in this shaker, and the winning numbers pop out. That's simple random sampling. Picking numbers out of a hat is simple random sampling, and that's the best one. Okay, then they also have stratified sampling, where they break up people or things into particular groups. People-wise, I don't want to get involved in politics, I'm just using this as an example. They could break it up into an area that's Democratic, another one that's Republican, another one that's independent, and then do a sample in each area to get an overall idea of how, let's say, the governor is doing. And they ask people, how is the governor? Is the governor doing a good job? Is she doing a good job? Is she doing a bad job? He doing a good job? She doing a bad job? Etc. So that would be stratified. So they would break it up in a semi-homogeneous, pretty much the same group that's mostly Republican area, mostly Democratic area, mostly independent, and then ask them questions. And then they gather up all that data. I erased it already about gathering. And then they'd come up with results. And they'd say, okay, the governor's approval rating is 60%, plus or minus 3%. There's always plus or minus something, because it's never quite exact. So that's what they do with that type of sampling. The third type of sampling, we can do the third type of sampling also. Third type of sampling, systematic sampling. Systematic, you pick a number between 1 and 10. It's the easiest one, probably. Let's say somebody likes the number 6. Say, okay, great. So we ask the sixth person we see the questions for for a survey. We usually add 10, so we'd ask the 16th person, the 26th person, the 36th person, etc., until we get enough people to gather information. And that's used, people coming out of stores at the mall, things like that, they use systematic. And they also use cluster sampling. That's the other good one. We'll go to the not good one in video number 2. Okay, so the fourth good one is called cluster sampling. And this is used by companies with their warehouses to test food, to test soft drinks, etc., bottles of water, etc. What they do is they take the warehouse or the factory and they break it up into smaller parts. They make a grid. You can do this with towns or cities also. And they usually break it up into a grid with 100 sections that are all the same size. And then instead of testing, XYZ cola, I won't use any names, we'll just call it cola. Instead of testing every bottle of cola in the warehouse, which would probably flood the city with cola, we don't want that. And then they lose millions and millions of dollars. So instead of doing that, they take the 100 sections and then they do a simple random sample. They pick like 5 or 6 and they'll empty out, let's say 3 or 4 cases of cola in each of these 5 or 6 sections and make sure that there's officially 16.9 fluid ounces or 20 fluid ounces, whatever they're supposed to be in a bottle. And they double check these things just to make sure the consumers are getting what they're supposed to. Okay, and this is, we're right about at the end of video 1. And I'd just like to give a little shout out to one of our sponsors, and that's Luigi's Pizza in Succossuna, New Jersey, Route 10 East in the Roxbury Mall. Tell Paul I said hi. Professor Jim, known Paul for years. And have a great day. And we'll do video number 2 very soon. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. Bye.